7 months ago, we bought this Rotary race car, and we've been ripping it since day one.
And now we're here at Original Auto Performance to put it on the dyno to check how much horsepower this little 1.2 Rotary makes.
But before we got here, we had to get this guy fixed at my house after we decommissioned it at Gridlife. Okay, so during Gridlife, the car honestly ran amazing. We were hot swapping drivers with no cool down on the car whatsoever, and it held up awesome. Although later on our second day, we started to notice that the car was breaking up at higher RPMs. It actually caused Sam to come in from some of his last sessions. We couldn't even drive the car.
Now, this type of behavior on a car can happen from a couple different things. One of the first things is with the ignition system, and Rotaries are pretty special when it comes to ignition. First special thing is that it has a leading and a trailing spark plug for both rotors. The leading plug does most of the work and creates the initial bang that creates the power. The trailing plug creates almost like a boost in power by picking up the slack that the first set of plugs did not. You can run these cars fully on just the leading plugs, but you will lose about 3 to 5% of your horsepower. The higher on the RPMs you get, the more important this becomes. And this brings me to the other thing that is special about Rotaries and how often they pulse per rotor per rotation. Unlike 4-stroke piston engines that fire once every 2 rotations per cylinder, Rotaries fire 3 times per rotation or every 120 degrees. Rotaries are able to do all 4 combustion strokes in 1 rotation on each rotor. This means by turning our engine at 8,000 RPMs, it's equivalent to spinning a single cylinder on a piston engine to 48,000 RPMs as far as the ignition system is concerned. Even compared to an 8-cylinder engine with a single coil and a distributor, our little 2-rotor is putting out 150% more spark per RPM than that motor is. So as you can guess, the ignition system being in tip-top shape is super important. You have the distributor, you have the wires, you have the spark plugs, you have the coils. If our coils are 20 years old and on their way out, that's a problem. If our spark plugs might be running a little rich and causing them to foul, that's gonna be a problem.
So we got a set of MSD blaster coils and Autolite high performance racing spark plugs to replace some of these old parts. Our new guys and our old guys.
Now the second part of our problem probably has to do something with fueling. Fuel has to get into the right place at the right time and the right amounts all of the time. If that's not happening, your engine's gonna run a little silly. Now this car is pretty simple and runs a carburetor. The big difference between carburetors and fuel injection is fuel injection uses a computer to put the precise amount of fuel in and pulses. A carburetor uses little jets that have a little hole in them, and you can change the size of the hole to add more or subtract fuel by making the hole smaller. We're actually not going to change the jets in this carburetor at all because this car ran way before we owned it. We really don't have a big reason to change them. What we are going to do though is rebuild it. And what rebuilding is going to do is just clean up any gaskets, replace gaskets, make sure fuel isn't coming out of places it's not supposed to, and the bowls aren't becoming overcrowded.
So the carburetor isn't the only thing that can cause issues. The other 2 main things you're gonna need to think about are flow and pressure. If you don't have enough flow, you're gonna starve that carburetor. And the higher up in the RPMs you get, the more you're gonna put load on that system, the more you're gonna need good flow and pressure. So if you saw our Gridlife video, we thought that those high RPM breakups were actually because we had low fuel in the tank and we were starving the carb of fuel. But being low on gas isn't the only thing that can starve you of fuel.
There are 2 main things that will restrict fuel from getting from your tank to your carburetor. The first one is a weak fuel pump, and the second one is a clogged fuel filter. This is kind of the sciencey representation of all of it. Imagine what's coming out of here is going to your carb and therefore your engine. If I pour fuel up here, it's gonna start to flow downstream. This is my pump. If I slowly start to lessen the amount of fuel because of a weak pump, then you see the water downstream might work for a little bit, but as soon as the carb bowls are out of fuel, we don't have enough fuel to continue. This also works in the same way if I restrict the fuel here in the fuel filter, there will be a backup here that causes the front to not be getting the right amount of fuel.
So that's why we're not only replacing the fuel filter, but we're also going to be installing a fuel pressure gauge so we can monitor fuel going into the engine while we're at the racetrack.
Okay, now we got done the fuel pressure gauge and that's all in. Normally this would be the time we'd go to the track and give this car a good old testing. But we had a better idea. Tracks cost a lot of time, money, gas, tires. It's expensive to go there. So we're going to the dyno.
So we're here at the dyno to make sure that everything we fixed on this car is finally running up to speed, so we don't have to go all the way back to the racetrack just to find out it doesn't work again. The little side effect of that is we get to find out how much horsepower this thing makes, which is gonna be cool. It's kind of cool. I'm excited. We get to find out if it's working or not, if it's breaking up, and also too, we get to find out if like how much horsepower this little thing makes, you know what I mean? Yeah. I'm excited.
What do we think, Sam? Do you want to make a bet? I think.
You want to make a bet?
I think 95 horsepower.
You think 95?
What do you think?
Brand new engine, everything is like 105.
Well, okay, stock is 105 to the crank.
Yeah.
So to the
or like
wheels,
120 maybe.
So to the wheels, maybe 105 or 110. Is it 120 or 105 stock at the crank?
I don't know. We don't even know if this engine's stock. We have no idea what's in this engine.
I'm gonna do 90.
It doesn't make a lot.
Yeah, what are you gonna bet?
I'm going 95. We're doing price is right?
So if it goes over 95, we both lose?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think 95, you're 90.
I'm 90, yep.
Sure. Oh, this is gonna be fun. We got water coming out.
Is that the overflow?
It's overflowing, yeah. Were you tracking power at all on that one?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Actually, did more than we thought. 106.
What? 106?
106?
Hell yeah.
No way, bro. Let's go.
That's cool.
That's
damn.
That's good. That means we both lost. That's good.
Yeah.
Round number 2. Coming out the bottom, but we're good.
What are you having it out to? 7? Oh, right around to 82. 8200, yeah.
Texas doing the same thing, 3-1.
Woo!
Oh my God, bro.
Wow. Woo. So it ran, so that time it started breaking up at the top end, is that what I'm seeing there?
That's the red line.
That's the red line?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you go by the graph, I would shift at like 75 because see, like,
okay.
After that it's just...
It just, yeah, loses everything, kind of. Yeah. 75. So, and is the green one the one you just ran to 80, 85?
Yeah, they're in order. So the first one is the blue one, second one is the red one, and the last one is the
So it's pretty even, at least, across the board.
It's really even. Yeah. That's better than we thought, you know? Yeah, hell yeah. All right. Well, that's a lot of good news. I didn't expect it to make 106.
It's also good to know that it's dying off.
108?
108.
108. Now we know, shout out to Pablo, we know
still nothing.
Right, but we do know now our shift point is like 7,500 RPM because we have a graph to mark that. Louder than I thought, better than I thought. Everything held together. We lost a little bit of coolant because we had just filled that all the way to the brim. My ears hurt.
Okay, yeah, let's do a little outro.
Let's wait for, or do we want the engine sound? It's kind of dope.
It's just pulling out right now.
That's an R34, bro.
Woo, thing's beautiful.
Thing is insane.
Cameras, you guys want to go for a ride?
Yeah, you want to go for a ride, Tony? Get in there, bro.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. Oh, damn.
We're going to put some E85 because I don't have none. Hold on.
Okay. How are we in here?
I know, right?
Yo, this is a bonus to our day, bro. We're sitting in an R34 GTR. I've literally never been in one of these in my life.
That's what I'm saying. Me
This is sick. What was your name, man?
I'm Chris.
Chris, I'm
Nice
Ben.
to meet you guys.
That's Tony
Nice to
back
meet
there.
Tony,
Appreciate you guys.
Hey, I like the. We really get some rotaries in here, you know?
Oh yeah? Hell yeah, bro. Yeah, we've been taking that one to the track for a while now. Wow, bro.
It sounds so crazy.
Holy shit. What kind of boost are you making in here?
It's got different levels, no?
Okay.
Like up to 4 levels. But
4 levels.
Lowest would be 18 pounds.
Okay.
And the highest would be like 50.
Highs is 50.
Yeah.
Oh my god, okay.
It makes 1,200 on 50 pounds.
Oh my god. Oh my god. This is level 1. Oh man.
Like 50% throttle though.
Yeah? Oh wow, you didn't even put your foot down? Well, Chris, we appreciate you taking us, man. This is awesome.
Thank you so much again, Chris. No, it's always a pleasure to, you know, as long as it runs and we have some fun.
Take it out.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Tell him how much is one of those, Pop?
We bought this for 1,500, bro.
Really?
Yeah.
My car! Oh, and it launches all the time.
Yeah, bro, it launches. Oh, shit. Thank you again, bro.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I'll just, Tony is.
How was it? Was it fun?
This car, bro, we're
I know
gonna
this
put it
car's
in the
fast as
video.
fuck. I know.
This
I know where we're going to.
This car was in Fast 9.
Bro, I'm out of words. Dude, that's insane.
Absolutely incredible car. Yeah, well, ladies and gentlemen, we have a lot bigger thank you to say to our guys at Advanced Auto.
Original Auto.
Shout out to Chris for taking us out in the GTR. Shout out to Pablo and Chewy for running us on the dyno. Oh, side note, Chris told us this dyno makes about 20 to 40 less on the ratings than what your car's actually
I'll take
made.
that.
So our car actually might be making like 130, 140. We talked about it at the gas station. Maybe we got a little bit more horses in the stable than we think. But if you guys like the video, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you check out our shirts. We'll see you on the next one. Good?
Yeah, I think we're good.